Toronto is home to some of the finest craft breweries in the country. We headed down to Henderson Brewery in the Junction to try some of their craft beers. Let's check it out.
Everything we do in Henderson is all about the city and the history of Toronto. So Robert Henderson was the first brewer in Toronto. He had a brewery at Sherbourne, Adelaide in 1804. Basically back in the early 1800s, the only people that were allowed to get beer were the troops at Fort York, and they were allowed 6 pints a day. So he was one of many brewers that was basically horse and carriage in his beer from Kingston. And he said, wait, this is crazy, why don't I open a brewery in Toronto? When we set out to create Henderson, we really wanted to recreate a beer that was a modern interpretation of what Robert Henderson originally brewed, which was an extra special bitter, an ESB. We've sort of changed that over time. It's now called an amber ale, but it's our flagship. It's one of the few amber ales in the market. In Toronto, you'll see it in literally a couple hundred bars on tap. It's in the LCBOs, in the beer stores, and grocery. And then we have our UPA, our Union Pearson Ale, which is our Toronto-style IPA. And we're very proud to say that it's the only independent Ontario beer available on tap at Pearson. So if you're traveling through Toronto, you go to Pearson, you can try our beer on tap in about 12 or 15 different places in the cans as well. For malt, we buy Canadian malt, unless we're making a specialty brew. So we have our own silos, so we mill ourselves, but we work with Canadian maltsters. We use different strains of yeast, obviously, depending on the style of beer. And then our hops, while we like to go local, it really depends on what we're making. So we have various different style of hops. And also, even though we're, a fair-sized brewery, we don't necessarily buy our hops 1 year out. And sometimes it depends on what the market dictates and what's available for our hops.